Hello, this is a short video on how to use Zoom as a participant or as a student. Okay, so I've filmed this in PowerPoint because it's a bit harder to be a presenter and a participant in the same meeting. So, next slide. Okay, so when you get invited to a meeting, you'll get something like this. So it'll be somebody is inviting you to a meeting. It'll give you the time and the date. It might even be as a calendar invite. And then it's as simple as clicking on the link. You might need to enter a meeting ID number and a password. It depends on how the meeting has been set up. Sometimes you'll just get a direct link. You can just click on that. Mine will usually require the meeting and the password ID. Right, okay. So you'll then get a screen like this. It'll say, would you like to join with your computer audio? You can always have that set. And it's a good chance for you just to test your speaker and your microphone. Right. Then, now, it depends on how the meeting set up. Sometimes you'll go straight into the meeting. Sensible people will put you into what's called a waiting room. You might get a little message, so you just wait there until the host of the meeting opens the meeting and pulls you all in. Right, okay, so I'm sorry about my ugly mug, but your name will appear down here. It'll have your sound and levels. Sorry about the subtitles. Trying to get used to using these. So it'll show you whether you're muted or unmuted. Give you a chance to stop your own video of yourself. So there's participant, and that's me working on it. You've got a choice of views, settings, exit full screen or go to full screen. And then when you come to the bottom of your Zoom window, you'll have the option of invite participants, share chat. You might not have invite. So I'm trying to see my PowerPoint presentation. So this is the gallery view. Be used when you're having group discussions, and the more people there are, the more you'll see across your screen. The speaker view is the person that's speaking in the middle, and you'll see participants either down the side of your screen or across the front of your screen. Right, chat. So if I just go back, click in this chat window, we'll open up a little chat screen. So, and you can type messages into there, just like Messenger or any chat room. And these will be used quite a lot for discussions and talks, and you can ask questions in this one here. Now, we go on again. We click on click participants, then it will show the participants in the meeting. So obviously at the moment it's just got me and one other person. And the great thing about participants is they can raise their hand or lower their hand, and the host will usually have this active, so I'll be able to see if you need to ask a question. And sometimes you can unmute yourself, but sometimes the host will control that, so they will unmute you, or you can ask to be unmuted. Right. Okay, so you can also share your screen. I'll show you that little one down in a moment, and then it'll give you your screens. Now at the moment there's lots of different screens. It's best to have what's open. So I've got a Zoom, got a Google window here, got a PowerPoint there, something else in here. Or there's the whiteboard, but whiteboard we'll leave to another time. Okay. Right, you also have this thing by the side, share screen. Normally that will be set by somebody, the host, and you may or may not be allowed to share your screen. It depends on how it's been set out. And then to share your screen, you'd hit this one by here, the share screen one. And when you're sharing your screen, you'll get that choice of which screens to share. So I would, rather than the screens, unless you're told to use a whiteboard, it's the application. So there's a PowerPoint or Google there. Sometimes during a session we'll do activities which take place slightly outside of the Zoom environment, and that's how we'll do it. I'll direct you to those. So let's come back to where we were. So when you're sharing your screen, if you've been asked to do it, you'll see the meeting ID you're sharing it to, and you have the option to stop sharing it at any point. Okay, now the other point to remember is that when you're sharing a screen, or if we're doing an activity slightly outside of Zoom, then we might go over to Google to do something like a Lineate or another discussion or a Nearpod or to PowerPoint presentation. You might want to show that into the meeting. Then remember that on your taskbar down the bottom, what's underlined is what window's open. So you might go over to Firefox or Google to do something, but then at some point you might need to come back to the meeting, and you would just click on the Zoom meeting to get back to it. Right, well, that's it. It's just a very quick whistle-stop tour of how to use Zoom as a student. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.